Hi everyone, this is Stacy from Totally Twisted Cards. I'm going to do a series with you on the Imagine More cards. I've recently gotten this cartridge for your Cricut Imagine about a week ago, and it's quickly become one of my favorite Imagine cartridges. There's a bunch of cuts on here that enable you to make pretty quick, pretty cute cards. So I think we'll start with a Mother's Day card, and then I'll do another, hopefully 3 birthday cards, and then we'll end the series with a bag, a gift bag that we'll put the cards in as a present. So this episode will be for making the Mother's Day card, and then I'll break all the other episodes up, 1 card per each. So for this project we're going to use the Imagine More cartridge, and on that one, on page 11, under this cut, what we're actually going to use is pull this apart and just use this piece and this piece, and then we're going to also use this piece and we're going to pull it apart, and we're going to use this and lay a different color in there, and then we'll also use this piece. And then the last piece we need out of here is actually in the bonus section, and we're going to use this butterfly. So when I set that up on my Gypsy, this is what it looks like. Let me zoom in for you. So it'll look like this. So I have this cut all pulled apart, and that is at 4.5 on the relative. So if I click on that and I click on the edit button, you will see that on relative that is 4.5, and I left it as the color it was. Same with the pink piece that goes with this. I pulled it apart and just kept the same color, and it is also at that 4.5 size. And then for my butterfly, it didn't need cut apart because you can't actually cut any of that apart or pull it apart. And that is set at 1.25 on relative. And then this is I downloaded the software to sync this up to my Imagine, and what you do is you set up, you hook this to your Imagine, you put your card in your Imagine, and then you can actually sync this with your card. So that's what I used to design this, and on that you don't have any extra features that I can see of versus using this and versus the screen on the Imagine. And then here's the circle from that other cut, and I filled that with a different color than what it was originally came with, and I filled that with this first green solid color there. And then the other cut that came with that one, I kept it the same color. Oh, and that's relative 2.0. I kept the other color, the other cut from that, the same color scheme, and its size is relative 2.0, and that's what we'll use to stamp our sentiment in. So I'll take this over to my Imagine, I'll plug it in, and I'll go ahead and cut it out, and then I'll be back. Okay, we have all our pieces cut out. Now all we have to do is assemble. And first I'm going to assemble these 2 pieces together. Just going to use my HEG. Just line this up with the other one. There we go. And then I have a piece of pink cardstock that measures, it's 4 3/4 by 5. So 4 3/4 by 5 folded, and we're going to put, actually what I want to do is I want to cut, I'm going to round these corners, and I have a Zutter corner rounder, and this is the 1/2 inch one, so I'm just going to use that and round all 4 of my corners. Okay, then we want the card to open this way, so I'm going to adhere this down next. Again, I'm just going to use my ATG. And that will get centered on my cardstock. Really wish there was a way on the Imagine to weld like we can weld with the regular Cricuts, because I would have just made this card a shaped card if I could have done that. It needs to be moved over a little more, and I think that would have been a prettier card, but for now we can't do that. Hopefully with the Cricut Craft Room we'll be able to do that, but I haven't been able to get into the Cricut Craft Room yet to give it a try. So if anybody out there knows if you can do that or not, that'd be great to know. I'm really hoping we're going to be able to weld our Imagine cuts once we get the Cricut Cut Room, or the Cricut. I think that's even. Okay, next I have my sentiment, and I originally told you I was going to cut out this shape and use it. It was the one with the Cricut, and I think I said I was going to use this color. Actually, it's on the Imagine cut, but I didn't like that color, and I also didn't like, or I did like this, but there wasn't enough room to put my mother stamp in there, so I wound up cutting out another one of these, and then I just used my Tim Holtz Distressor ink, and I just stressed all of it, and then colored the edges a little darker to give it some dimension, and I put it on Pop Dots. So that'll go on next. So that'll just go right in the center. If I can get it in the center. And I won't push down on this until I'm happy with where it's at. And that stamp is a Studio 112 stamp that I got from Joann's a while back, and that's the mother stamp right there. And I just used the StazOn Jet Black as the color for that. Okay, and next I want to put on a pink button that I had with some blue ribbon, and this is the blue ribbon. I just picked that up at Michael's, I believe. Or it might have actually been Walmart. I can't quite remember, but it's just a plain blue ribbon that really matched the blue border on here. So I just want to pop dot that on. So I'm using Zot's I'll just grab one of those, and I'll center this on here, right on the bottom in the center. Just like that. And then I'll want to trim these tails. So just trim these out. Just on an angle. Nothing special. Okay. And then the final thing I want to do is I have this cute butterfly that I cut out too, and I put that on one of the Action Wobbles that I recently got, and it was a little too small for the whole piece of the Action Wobble, so I actually just cut the Action Wobble. I went in and I cut around the clear plastic area, and we'll stick this on our card next. We're supposed to put this down first, I think. So we'll just put this down. And I thought about putting it on an angle up here. So just be cute. Alright, so there you have it. It's a Mother's Day card that I'm doing for my mother-in-law. My mother actually passed away several years ago. But my mother-in-law is just like my mother. So this is a card that I made for her. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. Hope you love it. Thanks, everyone.